that game out of the way? How do you feel?
I feel amazing. I feel like it was an ugly game for us, but I mean, in March, and no game is pretty. All games are like this, scrappy, and they're a good defensive team. I feel like we had a really good defensive effort tonight, so it was just a battle of defense on both parts. I feel like our offense could have been a lot better, but a win is a win. So.
You know what was pretty? 0 fouls for you.
Oh yes. That was my personal job that I gave to myself today to try to not foul and just keep myself in the game because my team needs me, and I saw that last game, so I just made sure that I kept my hands up.
Can you talk about how well KK played today?
She was amazing. I mean, she's our spark, and she's not just a spark off the bench. She's a spark right away whenever she's in the game. So having her is amazing on defense, on offense. She just makes things happen. So. Yeah,
she played with confidence tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. She always has confidence, and nothing can shake it up. So we're used to it. It's just every day our freshmen prove themselves even more and more, and to the extent that we didn't even know it was possible. So.
How gratifying is this win this year after what happened last year?
It's amazing, honestly. I really didn't want to feel like I felt last year. It was probably the worst feeling of my career. And I just made sure that, I kept my head straight and, have that game in the back of my mind, but at the same time not think about it and focus on the moment and the things that I have to do, to help my team win.
Nika, you're up 5 minutes to go at senior time. What are you telling your teammates?
Yeah, I mean, listen, our bench is not the longest. We do get tired. They have a little bigger bench, so they were, able to, get a little pressure on us and stuff. They cut the lead, which we know was going to happen eventually. So, just staying calm in these moments and not letting it get to you and making sure that we make the right play and focus on our game, not on their defensive pressure. And I feel like that was the key, and I feel like we did an amazing job.
Paige, once again, just did enough to make sure you guys weren't going to lose.
Yeah, I mean, she's always going to make sure that we don't lose. And having her on the court, as I've always said, is a huge security for all of us, and not just the young guys, but the older guys, and that speaks a lot.
How do you think you guys handled the game once Aaliyah had to go to the bench with 4 fouls?
I feel like it kind of reminded us on the Big East tournament when Aaliyah got injured and had to leave the game. And, I'm glad that happened and that we've learned from it. And I feel like I stepped up as always. She was very solid on defense. On offense, every time we needed her, flashed, made great plays. So, she was prepared for that moment. And we knew that we have it together, even though we didn't have our, best player in. So,
how would you describe KK's pace of the game now versus when it was when she first started back in August?
Her pace of the game didn't change at all. I feel like her pace of the game was the same when she came here, and we played pickup in the summer, and now when we're in March playing Sweet 16 game, nothing changed. The only thing is she got smarter, she got so much better, she got so much more confident, but her pace has always been like this. So.
Where do you notice that shift in confidence the most in her?
I feel like for her, what makes her very confident is when she makes great plays, not necessarily, her scoring, but like getting steals, getting scrappy on defense, getting stops, passing the ball. Just like when she makes plays, she gets herself going. And when she's in that mode, we all know what's going to happen next, and it's usually something really good.
You don't think she shifts gears a little bit? I mean, it's not always flat out, is it?
No, I mean, nobody can survive being flat out at one possession, especially with, how short our bench is. But, I feel like she's learned how to pace herself and when to go super speed and where to, relax a little bit and take it back and go a little, just stay calm, So I feel like she showcased that really great in this game.
4 of your starters played 40 minutes today. I mean, did you guys feel that fatigue start to set in those last few minutes, and just kind of what was it like trying to power through that?
I would tell you no, but I would be lying for sure. I feel like it's definitely there. But you just keep reminding yourself constantly that it's all mental and it's all in your head, and all the pain that you're feeling, all the, fatigue, tiredness, mental exhaustion, it's all in your head. And as long as you control it, you're not going to feel it. So I feel like just a constant reminder, obviously leaning on your teammates a lot, very important, and that's what got us out today.
Is that fatigue what allowed Duke to get back into it, or was it just a matter of the way they played?
I mean, I feel like it's a little bit of both. They're a good team. They showcased that they can do it in the Ohio State game, and we knew they were capable of, coming back from, a bigger lead by the opposing team. But at the same time, we were a little bit tired, and I feel like when we kind of wanted a slower pace of, offense and things like that. We don't play like that, Our offenses are fast-paced, we like transition basketball. So when we tend to go slower, I feel like that gives the other team an opportunity to, cut the lead and stuff like that. So we definitely learned from this game.
You guys forced 23 turnovers, I think was the final number. Like, was that part of the game plan to sort of look for steals and things like that, and just kind of how did that translate onto the floor?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Coach always says, we have a short bench. We need to, pace ourselves. We need to save energy. Just make sure that we don't waste energy on stupid plays, making dumb decisions. But sorry, that was my thought. 23 turnovers. Sorry. I feel like at the beginning of the game, he came in the locker room and he was like, "We know how we like to play," and he completely shifted everything. He was like, "We're gonna, go aggressive, and we're gonna." Deny passes and get into the passing lanes, and that's what we did. And I feel like we, as always, have great scout, and we kind of, just went off of that, what we did in the shoot around and the walkthroughs, and what our coaches told us to do. They've been, in our ear all day, every day on, don't forget this, what are we running, blah blah, what are they running? So I feel like, we kind of already knew ahead sometimes, what the play was going to be, which was really good for us.
What is the feeling right now, having the Sweet 16 behind you? Is it relief? Is it excitement? Like, what is kind of the predominant feeling for you?
I wouldn't say it's either, because our job is not finished and we're still here for 2 more days and we still have one big game to play. So I feel like we're kind of trying to, just stay calm and stay in the moment. Of course, enjoy this win. It's a big win for us because last year, we didn't get that feeling. So me personally, I'm enjoying it a lot, but at the same time, our focus is now shifted to the next game, and we're just looking forward to that.
You mentioned the halftime adjustments. Was that a product of changing what you went into the game, like changing what your game plan was, or were you not executing the game plan and Coach just reminded you of what you needed to do?
Yeah, we didn't change no game plan. I feel like Coach just came in and, started yelling and, just wanted to remind us, hey, keep your cold head. We need better cuts. We need everything to be better. And I feel like we were kind of slow and, everything was, we haven't played for a while. So, it was obvious, shots were not falling in. We were getting good shots, the shots were not falling in. So just making sure that we keep getting those and then hustle for rebounds and stuff like that. So we just came in and reminded us to that, and we just, took it seriously and made sure that us as a team, we know what we're doing and we're coaching each other, not just letting him, yell at us and, not yell at us, but, just stand his ground and, raise his voice sometimes, but making sure that we are doing the same thing within each other.
Do you guys feed off of that intensity when he, comes into the locker room hot?
Absolutely, and it's definitely an adjustment. You don't just come in as a freshman and feed off of that energy, It's a learning process to understand what he means when he does things like that, and it took me a while, and I'm sure it's going to take some players a while to realize that when he does stuff like that, that's because he expects the best and he expects more. He just thinks that you can do more, and that's a compliment, and that's something that, you take to heart, you take it, and you say, I got it, and I got you, Coach. So we definitely feed off of that a lot.
So is it common for him to come into the locker room and start yelling, or was this like a different locker room?
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's Gino Auriemma, we all know what Coach is like, but I feel like today he was just he's so passionate about it, and when he thinks that we can do so much better and we're not, I feel like that passion, just bursts out of him, comes out of him, and we all get extremely passionate in the moment with him. So I feel like, it does a lot for our mental, and we need him to do things like that, and he knows it. So, yeah.
KK and Paige went on that little run to start the third quarter. I mean, just how much did that help you guys kind of get back into it after halftime?
Absolutely. I mean, it helps a lot. Whenever somebody can step up for us in these big games, and, we can not even motivate us, but, feed off of each other's energy, that's huge for us. And it was them too at in the third quarter, and it maybe all of us weren't great on offense, but I feel like on defensive end we really did a great job as a team and individually. So once somebody's great on offense, we want to do it again and be great on defense so they can have that great offense again, and it's just a cycle for us. So I'm very proud of them too. They got us back in the game.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you.